ThaBoxingvoice.com.
What broke him down? Was it just the body punching? When I was hitting him with body punching, I heard him actually, he was crying in there. You're saying that Biggs was crying when you hit him? Yes. When did that happen? And perhaps the fourth round on.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
So that you knew you had him by that time. Absolutely, I knew you were tough and taking those punches.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nes GTO, and we're going to be talking a little bit of Deontay Wilder versus Hughie Fury, not Tyson Fury. I know, a bit shocking. I was shocked myself. This is going to be take two. We tried to do this a little earlier, and we're back. Hughie saying a lot of exciting things in the news. His quotes are definitely confident ones. It's not said whether or not this fight will take place in the UK or the United States, but they are in negotiations. If this is something that you're interested in, something that you think you want to partake, well, you know the number. It's 1-425-569-5241.
ThaBoxingvoice.com.
You need that fear.
All I'm trying to do is make a stand for something that I truly believe is right. I truly believe is right. I want to be like you. Come on, man. I'm the face of boxing. I'm the cash cow. I hold a record with pay-per-view. My drop. I know my drop. I know my situation. I want to fight. But it's going to be very difficult for both of us. ThaBoxingvoice.com.
Yes, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another edition of the Boxing Voice. Today is going to be a spontaneous, immediate reaction show to the big news. Deontay Wilder is in negotiations with a Fury. Not Tyson, though. Hughie Fury. We know Hughie Fury for having a skin illness, not really for being a heavyweight contender. Last time we seen Hughie Fury, he was facing Fred Cassie, and we know Fred Cassie from his fights on PBC with he fought Chris Arreola and Amir Mansour, and he also lost to Jarrell Miller, Big Baby. So that is about the biggest name on Hughie's resume. So when I received the news, I know yesterday we all received it together from one of our listeners who, was giving us an update, and me and MD had already spoken about it earlier that afternoon. It just wasn't anything concrete. Now Nick Parkinson's from ESPN has dropped an interview with numerous quotes with Hughie Fury, and I quote, before I quote, actually, this is the most important one, right? So, and I quote, "We are in negotiations with Wilder at the minute, and hopefully it will come off so I can have a showdown with him. I'm not surprised by the speed talk of a world title fight has come around. It's come around for me at the perfect time, actually." Now, it's interesting that he even says that this is the perfect time for him. Again, like, we haven't seen him, really in the ring consistently enough for us to believe that he's ready to dethrone Deontay Wilder. So on one hand, I like this fight for numerous reasons. I like the fight because I know Wilder's coming off a hand injury, and he doesn't necessarily need to be in there with someone that could possibly knock him out, even though Hughie Fury, not to be confused with Tyson, his cousin, is sporting a 50% knockout ratio. So maybe this is what Deontay Wilder needs. Maybe he needs an opponent that isn't going to offer too much danger in case his hand isn't 100%. Or this could be Fury daring to be great. What would really make this fight more interesting for me is if Deontay went across the pond and defended his throne his title across the pond, because when I interviewed him in Alabama, he said that, he understood what world champion meant, and he wanted to defend his title. And that's why he was going to Russia to defend his title versus Povetkin. So maybe he should take this opportunity to introduce himself to the, UK public, make a fight with one of the Furies, and build some backstory there. Get a reason for people to be excited about a fight with he and Tyson Fury, because Deontay's come out as recently as like a week or two ago stating that he's willing to fight Tyson Fury without a title. So this is the perfect setup. It gets Deontay acclimated back into the division with not a huge puncher. Hughie isn't the name that Deontay Wilder's critics are going to love. They're probably going to criticize him for it, but Hughie's name, that Fury name, is enough to make this fight just big enough to possibly entice Tyson Fury, who is now being treated, obviously, for his own demons, right? But I'm going to continue with the quotes. Hughie, again, like I said, very confident. He says, and I quote, "I definitely see ways I can beat Wilder. Me and my dad have already sat down and looked at plenty of ways I can beat him. Let's put it this way. He's never fought a decent opponent. It's wide open." Now, when I first read that quote, I was like, why is he even saying that, right? I mean, we've seen Wilder's resume. While we may not think that it's the best resume for a heavyweight right this moment, I think we could all safely say that we can't necessarily pick Hughie Fury to defeat everyone that Deontay has already defeated. So for him to say that he hasn't faced a decent opponent, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't mind seeing Chris Arreola versus Hughie Fury, or Arthur Spielka versus Hughie Fury. Johan Dunlapis, Eric Molina. Those are not easy fights for Fury. Neither is Bermain Stavern. So for him to say that he hasn't faced a decent opponent, some very sharp words. I guess he's trying to upset Wilder and get him into agreeing to this fight. Either way, I like it. If Wilder goes to the UK, knocks Fury into a coma or something, then Tyson Fury has to step up to the plate and defend his cousin's honor. It's similar to the brothers in Alvarez, and I've said this already now numerous times because of the mishaps with the show, but I mean, it happened with Canelo and Austin Trout, where Austin beat Rigoberto Alvarez, and it kind of paved the way to a Canelo Alvarez fight for Austin, because he lifted the title off of Rigoberto. So it's interesting to say the least. Something we didn't expect came left field, hence the immediate reaction show. 1-425-569-5241 is the number. Remember to press 1 if you want to speak to the host, you want to voice your opinion, you want to get it off your chest. We're looking for your immediate reaction. You can call us internationally by adding Nestor Gibbs on Skype. And if you're watching this in the future, present, or the past, hit that thumbs up button, because that is the only way that this show is going to grow, and it's going to improve the visibility of the show to new callers, new characters. So let's jump out to these phone lines. We're going to go out to 718. Talk to me.
Yeah, Ness, how you doing? How you doing?
What's going on, Suleiman? What was your immediate reaction of this Hughie Fury Deontay Wilder news?
It's a good thing. It's a good thing. I'm very happy. He's coming back from that injury. He's going to keep active once again. He's going to be fighting a game opponent. And this gentleman, he has to follow the blueprint. He has to come in game. He's a little raw at this time, but, he has to come in game. He has to go show himself in this fight so he can get future fights in the future. And you never know. He might give him a good fight. He's going to lose. He's a little raw. And this is a perfect opportunity for Deontay Wilder to entice Tyson Fury to come out of retirement. It's probably get him motivated and put him back in the training camp and come out of retirement and fight Deontay. He probably lose also, unless he does a little tune-up, one of those tune-up fights before he fights Deontay. And then after that, he could fight for another belt and do a unification. You know, we're gonna see some improvements in Tyson Fury after if he gets in the fight with Deontay. And this is good. A big shout out for Deontay Wilder. I hope he comes back from the injury strong and keeps defending. He's the top, to me, in my opinion, the best heavyweight, the best heavyweight at this present time. And you know, he'll beat every heavyweight in time if the opportunity is given to him. And we want to see more of him. And thank you for the opportunity. Thank you.
All right. Well, Suleiman, thank you for calling in. And obviously, you guys can call in yourself. Hit that button, number 1, if you want to talk to the host. You want to voice your opinion. The number is 1-425-569-5241. If you're watching this on YouTube, hit that thumbs up button. We're going to go out to these streets. We're going to 510. Talk to us. You're live on TBV. Who's this?
This Donald, man. When I first heard that, I was thinking, okay, Hughie Fury, he's undefeated, but he don't got no big opponents on the resume. There's nothing on his resume or anything that he's done that would make me believe he can pull an upset like that, you know. And I was just thinking to myself, I said, wow, you know, Deontay Wilder, that's just like that's like a tune-up fight. That's kind of like Danny Garcia's Vargas fight, you know. That's like a opponent that's undefeated, but he's still going to be considered like a tune-up fight. You know, like you said, he's coming off his hand injury. We don't want to put him in there with a big puncher or anything like that. So that's just kind of like what we can give him for right now to get in the ring with, considering his hand injury, and you don't want to put him in there against a real dangerous opponent. I can't see Hughie Fury pulling an upset. I just don't see it happening. There's just no way I don't see that happening. I just look at it as a tune-up fight, you know.
Donald, let me ask you, though, would you
Mm-hmm.
do you think that the public is going to, I don't know, shame Wilder for this defense?
Well, look, I'm gonna tell you, when I had called and talked to you and MD on another occasion, and I told you that I have a friend. He's a heavyweight. His name is Gerald Washington. And when I heard that Hughie Fury, and I was thinking in the back of my mind, I was saying to myself, I mean, you might as well give Gerald the fight too. I mean, because if you look at his resume, you look at Hugo's resume, I mean, Gerald's like 18-0 with 12 knockouts. And then Hugo, I mean, what's the difference between Hugo? It's just that he's got Fury behind his last name, and he's Tyson Fury's cousin. Other than him having the Fury name and being Tyson Fury's cousin, what would be the difference between him and Gerald? Really not pretty much. I mean, the name of Fury, and that's the only thing that's ringing the bell. But just take the equation of Fury out, okay, and that he wasn't Tyson Fury's cousin, and his last name wasn't Fury, and he was just Hugo something else. He would just be another heavyweight, 20-0, that would really be considered nothing to fight Wilder, right?
Yeah, and I mean, for argument's sake, I guess you could say that the win over Eddie Chambers is probably better than the win over Fred Cassie, but some would argue that Eddie Chambers is career cruiserweight, moved up to heavyweight, moved back down to cruiserweight, kind of just there. But he does have, you know, a win over Adamick that he didn't legitimately get, but everyone watched him beat Adamick with one hand. Let's get to Washington, D.C. We're looking for your immediate reactions. Deontay Wilder is going to be taking on Fury, just not Tyson. Hughie, the cousin. We're going to go to D.C. Marcus, talk to me.
Yo, what's good, man? Hey, man, my first reaction, when I first heard it, I was just like, man, this is some garbage. But then I listened to the question, and I don't think the public will have a backlash against Deontay as much. I think it's just a backlash against boxing. Because, I mean, I understand he's coming off an injury and everything, but there's so many. Hughie Fury is rated above Bermain Stevens. Bermain Stavern. I'm trying to figure out how and where did this ever happen. Like, will you really think? When I look at the rankings, you basically tell me, when I see somebody rank 14 and you rank 13, you saying you can't beat that guy. So, I mean, I get it. I'm not mad at Deontay for the fight. I'm just mad at boxing about the fight. I think if in this instance right here where you want to take the fight, you want to build up a following in the UK, then I think Hughie shouldn't be able to win the title. I think it should be a non-title fight. I think when people take fights like this against non-deserving challengers, I just think it should be a non-title fight. That's my main thing. I'm not mad at Deontay for taking the fight. I'm definitely not mad if he goes over to the UK to build up that credible kind of fan base for a bigger fight, but I do think it should be a non-title fight. I think that's the only way to really quantify doing it this way. That's just my first opinion on it.
Well, all right, Marcus. Thank you for calling in. You know, it's kind of hard to defend this. You know, Fury's ranked about 38, and Anthony Joshua, who has less fights than Deontay Wilder, is taking on Eric Molina. And, you know, Eric Molina is ranked higher. He's just, you know, plain and simple, ranked higher than Fury. So the good old Anthony Joshua showing that even though we don't like his level of opposition, he's at least defending with a top 15. Now, you know, it would be up to you to give Deontay some sort of pass because of the hand injury. And that's the only reason I would assume that you would fight a lesser level of opponent, is because you are not sure how your hand is going to react in the big fight. So you get a couple of warm-up fights before that. So, yeah, maybe that's what it is. Either way, if he goes to the UK, I think it's sellable. Let's get back out to these streets. We're going to go to 661. 661, talk to me.
Yo, can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. Who's this?
Hello. Oh, hey, how's it going? That's what's going on, Boxing Voice. Yo, so about the Wilder fight, bro. Honestly, I think it's good for boxing, man. I mean, the guy has a name behind him. That's basically the only reason he's fighting him. And I mean, who else is he really gonna fight right now, bro? It's not like Wilder's scared of anybody, and nobody's really lined up to fight him. I really don't think he's scared of anybody, bro. Even with the hand injury. So, I mean, that's how I see it.
Do you think that the public is going to criticize him if he fights Hughie Fury?
Nah, man, not really. They shouldn't. I mean, people can't act like the heavyweight division is full of people like the welterweights. You know what I mean? So how can you criticize somebody? At least he's trying to go up against somebody with a name. I mean, he can easily fight all kinds of different bums and shit, but he's trying to do something good for boxing. You know what I mean?
So you giving him a pass because of the hand injury is how you looking at it?
Nah, bro. I don't think you asked me, honestly, I think if they try giving Wilder the Tyson Fury fight or the Joshua fight as soon as he comes back healthy, I think Wilder will take it, bro. He's not scared of nobody.
No. I understand that, but you're saying that when he comes back healthy. I'm saying they're negotiating for this fight. So
you're saying that you feel as if they're just giving him the fight just because of his hands, so they're trying to give him an opponent to test the waters.
I'm wondering if that's the reason, because why fight Hughie Fury? I mean, Luis Ortiz is available now, you know what I mean? So it's like Pulev, I believe, is available now. There's other names out there,
bro, but yeah, you're right. But I mean, I'm sure it has to be on the promotional side too, because I mean, Luis Ortiz is with Eddie Hearns now, if I'm not wrong. So I mean, it could be plenty of things, but I'm sure. I mean, one of the biggest fights that was coming up was going to be, the build-up was going to be Wilder versus Tyson Fury. So I mean, that's that way to build that bridge. He knocks his cousin out, then everybody's going to be like, man, what's Tyson going to do? What's Tyson going to do? Now he's going to be mad and stuff. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's a perfect fight, bro. I mean, not perfect like that, but as far as like to get people's attention.
Yeah.
And that's, you know what I mean? It's England, so, you know, they hold him down over there in England, bro. So a lot of those guys from England are going to start looking at it. They're going to be like, man, we really need Tyson to come back, or we need Joshua to defend this, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, all right, man. Thank you for calling in, brother. I'm going to get to some other callers. Remember that number, 1-425-569-5241. Press 1 if you want to give us your immediate reaction. Remember to just hit that one button. We're going to go out to one of our callers here. We got Tone from Chicago. Tone, what's going on, brother?
Hey, what's going on, Ness? My immediate reaction was, I'll give him a pass for this one because he's coming off of an injury. You don't want to take too big of a risk and re-injuring your hand or fighting a guy who's going to be really tough like a Luis Ortiz. So I give the guy a pass, but I think the public, the way boxing fans are, they want the best to fight the best right now, So I think boxing fans are going to be a little disappointed with Hughie Fury as an opponent. But I understand it, man. I mean, it's all for better business down the road. So I'm hoping for better business once he takes care of Hughie Fury and knocks him out into the 10th rope, Other than that, I like Deontay. I think he's exciting to watch. So I think he's good for boxing. So anytime he fights, I'll tune in, and I'm sure a lot of people will tune in. So I'm just hoping for bigger and better things. If he does fight Hughie, once he takes care of him, I'm hoping for bigger and better things down the road. That's my call, Nuss.
All right, Tone. Thank you for calling in, brother. Man, I feel the same way. I'm hoping for bigger and better things. I'm hoping that this is a pathway to a Tyson Fury fight. And who knows? I mean, it's not like we haven't seen things like this in the past where fighters or promoters get options on fighters. So maybe it's a 2-fight deal, right? Maybe it's like, hey, you want Fury, you got to go through Fury to get to the Tyson man. You know what I mean? Who knows? We shall see. I'm going to get out to Skype and get to one of our Patreons, the good old Andre. Dre, what's going on, brother? We're going to be seeing you in Vegas or what?
I don't think so, man. I just got back from Jamaica tonight, man. I don't know, man. Anything's possible. Anything's possible. But I literally just saw the message about this show. But I think boxing fans need to give Deontay a pass. Let him fight Fury. I know we got a little fickle boxing fans out there, but let Deontay fly over the water, get a nice fight in, pack out the arena, and just hope for better things in 2017 for the guy. Give the man a pass. He deserves it. He's put up some good shows. We may have been happy with it, but he's the face of heavyweight boxing. Let him get a pass this one time.
I agree. I mean, coming off of the injury, if it wasn't an injury, then I would have an issue with it. But coming off of this injury, I think that we have to give him a pass. He's not going to get in there with Joshua or any other big puncher having that hand injury and not knowing if he can throw that power shot at, full velocity. Let me get to some callers here. Muhammad, talk to me, my friend.
Yo, what's up, Ness?
What's going on?
You're doing overtime, ain't you?
Oh, man, I love it.
Yeah, I was hoping that you would do a show because I didn't get a chance to call last night, and I was really anticipating last night. But first of all, let's talk about the subject. Come on, how people going to give, Wilder some hard time when he's coming off and a biceps has torn? Come on, man. You got to let him have this one, get his rhythm back, and then you can. That's what I think about that. But let me talk to you about something, please. I'm so excited about the Thurman Garcia fight. I cannot tell you how much I'm excited about it. As a matter of fact, I'm going to be in New York for that fight. I'm going to be staying less than a mile from the Barclays Center just to look at it every day.
Yeah, but we don't know if it's happening in the Barclays yet.
It's going to be either New York or Vegas.
Yeah.
Probably Vegas because, them casinos, they like a fight like that because they bring in a lot of action as far as gamblers and stuff. If it's in Vegas, I'm going to go to Vegas. It's going to cost me more money, of course, because it's cheaper for me to go just to New York. But are you going to go if it's in Vegas?
If it's in, man, I'm not missing that fight.
There you go. Either way.
I'm going to that one for sure, man. Sure.
And let me say something. I was tough on Garcia, but everything is forgiven. He's stepping up. He's taking the fight. So I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt. Plus, when I came to think of it, after I took my time to think about it, it's I slightly favor Thurman, like 55-45, because I mean you cannot take that away from Garcia. He can hurt you, and he be sitting on them shots. And I'm going to have a specific game plan for Thurman. He's going to bring out the best of him because he hasn't really pushed himself since the Matisse fight. You agree with that?
Yeah. He hasn't pushed himself in the sense that he hasn't been pushed.
That's what I'm saying. Because better competition brings out the best in you.
I don't know. The Lamont Peterson fight, I think he had to change up his game plan because Lamont was staying on the outside so much. He had to, kind of be the aggressor in that fight.
Yeah, you're right, but he wasn't hyped up like he is with Thurman.
Oh no. Thurman has brought the Jekyll out of Mr. Hyde for sure.
Exactly, and when you listen to him, in the post-fight interview, he really had emotion in his voice, in his face. You could see his eyes.
Yeah, you could see the striations. But listen, you're getting off topic, Muhammad. We're out of here. You've done enough damage. We're going to Hurricane Ray. Talk to us. Immediate reaction, Hughie Fury, Deontay Wilder. It's official. They're in negotiations, and Fury's talking slick. Ray. Hurricane Ray. $551, you there? And then we have Block Talk acting up again. Muhammad, you just got lucky. Look at this. I got to bring you back while we get the phone lines together.
But you know which subject I'm going to talk about. By the way, I did love the interview you did with this Walters. I didn't even know he spoke Spanish so fluently.
Me neither, man. He surprised us all.
Yo estaba muy sorprendido porque su español muy bueno.
It definitely was. It definitely shocked me, man.
That's the week after. We're in heaven. Next week is World. Hey, by the way, Nes, when you go to Vegas, let me advise you, if you're gonna pick a buffet, pick the Caesar Palace buffet. It's the best in Vegas. Yes, right. Sir.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, let's see if I can get this back here, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the thumbs up button because this is a redo. We're trying to get this done, not once but twice. So if you're watching in the future, present, or the past, thumbs up is always going to be appreciated around here. And remember
to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
Has already dialed into this show.
Very important to rate us on iTunes, man. The only way that we're gonna grow for sure. So I'm looking for your immediate reactions. I want to know what your thoughts are on Hughie Fury and Deontay Wilder being in negotiations. I'm going to go back to some of these quotes here. And I quote from Hughie. I definitely see ways I can beat Wilder. Me and my dad have already sat down and looked at plenty of ways I can beat him. Let's put it this way. He's never faced a decent opponent. That one is the one that shocked me, man. But this one is even funnier. He says, Wilder, I think, is a bit chinny, to be honest. We're looking at early March. Me and Tyson went over to New York to watch him live when he fought the Polish kid, Arthur Spielka. And he was getting beaten then. He was getting outboxed until he landed the bomb. Man, so I just love the way Fury said the Polish kid. Like, I don't know, man. A fight with Arthur Spielka and Hughie Fury would be damn good, in my opinion. I mean, Hughie he hasn't done anything to convince me that, he's going to be able to take out the opposition in the manner in which he's speaking. Is just interesting to hear him that way. But it looks like these phone lines are acting up again, man. Let me try one more time. And if not, we're just ended here, right? So 951, compa, you there? And it looks like it isn't working. Well, we tried not once but twice for Deontay Wilder and Hughie Fury. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been your immediate reaction show to the big news. We'll see as this news develops what exactly is going to happen, where this fight can actually take place. Hopefully, Wilder takes this fight to, the UK so that it's not overly criticized, maybe because Deontay's putting on his, backpack and going across the pond to defend his title internationally. Maybe people will give him a chance or a pass, being as though that hand injury and he's coming off of it. Hughie Fury's an undefeated fighter, but he is ranked number 38, so I can see where the criticism is going to come in at. But we got to remember, this is Deontay Wilder. He's trying to stay active. Normally, this guy fights about 3 times a year. So, I don't know. Since we're not going to be able to get your call, definitely leave your immediate reaction to this news in the comments below. And we'll get back to it in a previous, another show, right? We're always doing spontaneous shows around here. So remember, future, present, or past, hit that thumbs up button because it helps with the visibility of the show. And you guys have a good night.